Look for him, with your blood in it.
Eno slid a rusted knife toward her.
One drop is enough. But if you do this, he will never leave you, not even in death.
When the lantern glows, the story begins. Nana was tired of pretending to be the good girl. For years, she played the part perfectly, smiled at weddings until her cheeks burned, wore designer lace to every baby shower, brought gifts, laughed at dumb speeches, posed for Instagram like she wasn't silently calculating how long it would take before she was the one wearing the ring. On paper, she was every man's dream. 37, gorgeous, educated, a senior account manager at one of the biggest banks in Accra. Her skin glowed without filter. Her waist never betrayed her age, and her perfume stayed in rooms long after she left. But still, no ring. The women she used to mock in her 20s were now married with kids. Even Mame with the body odor and fake accent had tied the knot. Even Ajua, who couldn't spell entrepreneur, had 2 kids and a man who worshipped the ground she walked on. Meanwhile, Nana was stuck, smiling at wedding after wedding like a politician on campaign, watching lesser women get chosen. It wasn't fair. She deserved it. She had worked for it. The men she wanted would sleep with her, enjoy her, use her. But when it came time for marriage, they'd vanish. And worse, they'd go and marry some humble, soft-spoken girl who didn't even own a passport. It made her blood boil. The final straw came at a co-worker's wedding. The bride, Amma, who Nana had mentored, dressed better than, and out-earned, married a man who used to flirt with Nana in the office kitchen. She caught the bouquet out of reflex and forced a smile as the cameras clicked. Later that night, she drove home in silence, fingers tied around the steering wheel, teeth clenched. The next day, she called her cousin Afiba. Afiba was everything the family disapproved of. Bohemian, loud, spiritual, always barefoot, always talking about energies. But she knew things, dark things, and Nana was done playing nice.
Take me to someone, not church, not prayer. I want results.
Afiba didn't even blink.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
They took a winding trotro to the edges of a brie, past the sweet-smelling forest and the fruit sellers, down a hidden footpath where the air turned heavy and even the birds grew quiet. The shrine was a squat, clay-painted structure surrounded by red and white cloths. At its center sat Eno, old, dark, and powerful. Her eyes were milky white, her voice deep and slow, like something that had been alive too long.
You've come to collect what you think the world owes you,
she said without prompting. Nana raised her chin.
I've earned it.
Eno chuckled, dry and cold.
And you're willing to do anything?
Yes.
No guilt?
None.
The old woman studied her for a long time, then nodded.
There is a man for you, a good man. He will fall for you with no reason, no logic, no resistance. He will marry you quickly, worship you, give you the life you've been denied.
Nana's lips curled. Finally.
But you must never cook for him. Not once, not a bite.
Nana frowned.
Why?
Because the power is tied to your mystery, to what he does not touch. Once he tastes food from your hands, the charm will break. He will see you for who you are, and he will run.
Nana stared at her, then slowly smiled.
That's easy. I have chefs. I don't even like cooking.
Eno reached behind her and pulled out a tiny iron pot.
Hide this in your home. Never misplace it. If it ever moves or disappears, be afraid. The spirits are watching.
Kwame showed up 3 weeks later, tall, dark, clean-cut, with a kind of smile that could melt traffic in East Legon. They met at a brunch hosted by a mutual friend. Nana had gone looking dangerous, full beat, body-hugging mustard jumpsuit. She wasn't there to network, she was there to hunt. And Kwame didn't even stand a chance. He noticed her the second she walked in, asked for her number before dessert, texted that night, called the next morning. By the end of the week, they were having drinks in Osu, and he was already calling her my person. Everything Eno promised was happening. He was obsessed, gentle, generous, always smiling like he just discovered treasure. Nana played her role well. Soft voice, gentle touch, plenty of "we are different and I feel so safe with you." She laughed at his joke, let him open doors, acted like she'd never felt this before. In truth, she didn't care. She just wanted the ring. And Kwame was perfect for it. A structural engineer with 2 properties in his name, no kids, and a tight-knit family that loved him. Within a month, he'd already taken her to meet his mother. 2 months later, he gave her a promised ring. Everything was on track, except for one problem. Kwame loved food, passionately. He grew up in a home where love was ladled with soup and served over rice. He believed in Saturday banko and tilapia, Sunday jollof with goat meat, and soft yam with palava sauce on weekday nights. At first, Nana dodged it.
Oh, babe, let me order something nice for us instead.
Kwame didn't mind, not at first. But the weeks passed, and the curiosity grew. One night, he said gently,
"Babe, I just realized, in 3 months, I haven't tasted your food."
Nana smiled tightly.
Oh, is it that important?
I mean, I grew up believing a woman's love is in her pot. I'm not trying to pressure you, but I just want to see that side of you, you know?
Nana's stomach turned. She forced a smile and changed the subject, but it didn't stop. It started creeping in everywhere. He sent her TikToks of couples cooking together. He brought ingredients to her house, just in case. She felt like experimenting. He even teased her about it around friends.
You people pray for me. Oh, my baby wants me to starve on love alone.
Everyone laughed. Nana smiled, but inside, she was sweating. The charm still sat quietly behind the nutmeg, but some nights she saw it glowed, and sometimes she found it turned, like something had shifted it slightly, warning her. Then came the night everything cracked. It was a Friday, rainy, cold, lazy. They were cuddling on a couch, watching a movie, and out of nowhere, Kwame whispered.
"Let's cook together."
Nana tensed.
Just something simple. Spaghetti? I'll help. You'll stir, I'll chop. It'll be fun.
He stood up and walked to the kitchen. Before she could stop him, she followed quickly, heart racing.
Babe, really, I'm tired.
Babe, I love you, but it's starting to feel like you're hiding something. I just want a taste. One bite, even if it's just noodles.
And for the first time, the fear she kept buried exploded in her chest. Not fear of losing him, fear of what he'd see if he ever tasted her hand. Because deep down, Nana knew something had shifted. The charm was no longer just a symbol. It was holding something back, holding her back. And if it broke, Kwame would see her, not the soft smiling woman he thought he loved, but the cold, calculated version of her that had summoned spirits just to wear a ring. She stepped out of his arms. She said slowly, her voice low.
I have something to tell you. There's a reason I can't cook for you. A very serious one.
Kwame blinked.
What do you mean?
But before she could answer, they both heard a crash. The spice jar had fallen. The charm pot, the tiny iron pot, was gone. The kitchen was silent, too silent. Nana's eyes darted to the shelf. The spice jar that usually guarded the charm had tipped over, shattered glass glinting on the counter like tiny warnings. But the iron pot was gone, not rolled, not misplaced, gone. Kwame looked confused.
What fell?
Don't touch anything!
Kwame looked confused. Nana snapped. He raised an eyebrow, surprised by her tone.
Relax, it's just...
It's not just anything.
Sweeping the broken pieces aside, searching behind every jar and bottle, her fingers trembled, sweat rolled down her back. She opened every cabinet. Nothing. The charm was gone. Eno's words standed in her head.
If the pot disappears, be afraid.
That night, she didn't sleep. Kwame, sweet and oblivious, had wrapped himself around her like a warm blanket and whispered I love yous. But all Nana could feel was something watching her, something waiting. In the dead of the night, she lit a white candle, sat on her bathroom floor, and dialed Afiba. The phone rang once, twice, then Afiba answered.
Why are you calling me at 2 a.m.?
It's gone.
The pot?
Yes.
Afiba cursed under her breath.
Nana, what did you do?
Nothing. He just asked me to cook and the jar broke and now it's gone.
More silence.
You triggered the warning? Something knows. You're not just playing with love anymore. You're playing with choice. Spirits don't like that.
Nana clutched her chest.
So what do I do?
You pray, you pretend, and whatever you do, do not cook for that man, even if he begs, even if he cries.
But the next morning, Kwame was different. Still sweet, still affectionate, but distracted. He stared at her longer than usual, asked her strange questions like,
What did you really study in school?
And at one point during breakfast, he stared at her and said softly,
Sometimes I feel like I don't know you.
Of course you do.
Nana smiled, forced, but the smile didn't reach her eyes. Kwame kissed her forehead, but even that felt different, like something in him had shifted. Days passed, Kwame grew colder. He still called, but less, still came over, but always left early. One night, he even cancelled dinner with a vague excuse and didn't follow up. Nana was spiraling. She poured libation, burned incense, slept with Psalm 91 on repeat, but nothing worked. The love was fading, and she could feel it. That Friday, desperate and unhinged, she did what she saw she would never do. She went back to Eno. The shrine was darker this time, colder. The woman didn't look surprised to see her.
You disobeyed,
No, I didn't cook for him. I didn't.
but you let the hunger rise, and now it feeds itself.
Nana begged.
Please, fix it. Bring him back.
There is no fixing. There is only consequence.
Then bind him. Bind his soul. Make him stay.
You really want that?
Yes.
Then feed him.
What?
Cook for him. One last time. Not food for the body, food for the soul. But it must be prepared at night, with silence, with your blood in it.
Eno slid a rusted knife toward her.
One drop is enough. But if you do this, he will never leave you, not even in death.
Nana went home and stared at her kitchen. The lights off, the pot still gone. She gathered the ingredients, diced onions with shaking hands. Her own blood smeared into the stew like a kiss. The scent was intoxicating, dark, rich, almost supernatural. She placed it in a silver dish and sent Kwame a text. Kwame arrived just before midnight. Rain slicked his shirt to his body. Nana let him in without a word. Her eyes were darker than he'd ever seen. The apartment was quiet. No music, no lights, just candles. The smell hit him instantly. It was divine, smoky, sweet, hot and rich. His stomach growled.
Did you cook?
Sit.
He hesitated.
Babe, are you okay?
I said, sit.
There was something different in her voice. He sat. She placed the dish in front of him. The steam curled like fingers. Kwame stared at it. He had been begging for this moment for months. The one request he kept making, to taste her hand. And now finally, here it was. So he took a bite. It was perfect. No, not perfect. Otherworldly. The taste exploded in his mouth. Sweet and spicy, layered like stories, warm like memory. He moaned without meaning to. Took another bite, then another. He didn't see Nana watching him, not with affection, but with something else, ownership. She stood there silently as he scraped the plate, licking his lips, eyes closed in ecstasy. And then it began. The next morning, Nana served breakfast like nothing happened. Kwame sat at the table, smiling too widely, eyes glazed over a puppet waiting for instructions. She spoon-fed him porridge, humming an old lullaby her grandmother used to sing. He chewed obediently, like a pet, and when he looked at her, it wasn't love in his eyes, it was devotion, blind, eternal, terrifying. They got married 2 weeks later in a quiet ceremony. No friends, no family, just Nana in a blood red dress and Kwame in a grey suit, blinking slowly like he wasn't fully there. Everyone said he seemed changed, quieter, different. But Nana, she just smiled. Her cheeks didn't hurt anymore. She got what she wanted. Months passed. Nana hosted dinner parties where Kwame never spoke, unless spoken to. People whispered, wondered, gossiped. From the outside, Nana's life looked perfect. Married, pampered, worshipped. Kwame did everything. Ran her errands, massaged her feet, anticipated her moods before she had them, washed her underwear, gassed her up in public, posted her on social media every Sunday, like a pastor's prayer point. He made breakfast in bed, bought her roses on Tuesdays, just because, texted I love you 15 times a day. Nana had become the dream, but inside, she was miserable. He started slow, subtle. One morning, she caught herself rolling her eyes when he laid out the slippers before she stepped out of bed. Then it was irritation when he called her my goddess in front of guests again. Then one Saturday, she asked him what plans he had, and he said,
Whatever you want, my queen.
And just like that, her stomach turned. She missed being challenged, missed banter, missed arguments, missed a man who had his own mind. She's gone from single to supreme ruler of a two-man kingdom, where she made the laws, gave the orders, and handled all the thinking. Kwame just smiled and obeyed. At first, it felt like power. Now it felt like babysitting. He didn't even get jealous anymore. She could wear a thong to brunch and flirt with the waiter. Kwame would just know where was the fire, the dominance, the man. One day, she stood in front of a mirror and asked herself a question that sent a chill down her spine.
Did I create a husband or a puppet?
She looked at Kwame, folding her laundry with precision, humming to himself, and felt absolutely nothing. By month 7, the cracks began to show. She stopped replying to his texts, left the house for hours, ignored his kisses. When he made her favorite soup from scratch, she barely touched it. She even slept in the guest room for a week. He didn't ask why. Just knocked gently each night, left a note under the door, and walked away. One evening, she snapped.
Kwame, what do you want? Not what I want. You. What do you think? What do you feel?
He blinked slowly.
I feel whatever you need me to feel.
Nana's heart sank. She called Afiba in the middle of the night. Afiba's voice was calm.
I think I want out.
Out? You mean divorce?
I mean, freedom.
You wanted a husband.
I wanted power. I didn't know I'd be running a daycare for grown men. I want someone to fight me a little. Someone I can respect.
Silence.
I'm not certain, but I heard something once, back when the priestess was teaching me.
And you think making him cook will do that?
I think if he does something without asking, something defiant, it might break the charm. He's not even human anymore. He doesn't think, doesn't argue, doesn't want anything. I need to shake him. I think if he does something without asking, something defiant, it might break the charm.
That's not how this works. You're playing with a spirit that gave you power. On credit. If you tamper with the balance, it won't just reverse, it will collect.
Let it collect. I'm tired of ruling a kingdom made of pillows.
She hung up. That night, she didn't lay his clothes out, didn't kiss him goodnight, didn't laugh when he offered to rub her feet. She just whispered,
I don't want anything from you tonight. Cook for yourself.
Kwame blinked.
Should I order something for you?
I said for yourself, Kwame.
His face twitched, just a flicker. Then he nodded and went into the kitchen. The next morning, the world felt different. The sun came up, the birds chirped, but something in the air had shifted. Nana woke up with a dry mouth and a headache that couldn't fade. Kwame had made himself oats and left her none, not even a plate set aside. She stared at the empty kitchen, then at the empty table. She was smiling. He had done something without her. Over the next few days, it grew. Kwame started humming again, but not the soft, slow tune she knew. These were unfamiliar, confident, rhythmic. He started wearing cologne again, not the one she picked, but an old one, strong, musky. Him. He began to respond differently.
Kwame, help me move the boxes.
Later, I'm watching something.
Nana froze.
Excuse me?
I said later.
He didn't look up. The sound of his voice shook her. It had bass. It had real. Then came the final dinner. Nana walked in from work to find the table already set. Kwame stood at the stove stirring stew, onions, fresh tomatoes, ginger pepper. The scent was bold, fierce. She was suddenly dizzy.
What's this?
I cooked.
She looked at the table. 2 plates, equal. Didn't wait for her to sit. Just began to eat. And when she joined him, fork in hand, heart pounding, she couldn't taste anything. The stew was hot, textured, but flat. Nana blinked, took another bite. Nothing. It was like eating smoke. Across from her, Kwame raised his head, and for the first time in months, he stared at her with eyes that were awake and not loving, not kind, just aware. That night, she woke up to footsteps. Kwame was standing in the dark beside the bed. She sat up, startled. He didn't speak, just stared, and then smiled. Not a soft smile, not the puppet smile, a real one, wide, knowing, dangerous.
Thank you. I didn't realize how far I'd fallen.
He whispered and walked out of the room. By morning, he was gone. His clothes, his car, his cologne, everything. Nana ran to the kitchen. The jam pot was there, back on the counter, but cracked straight down the middle. The first voice she heard wasn't Kwame's. It came from the pot, low, raspy, laughing.
You had your time. Now you are ours.
Nana never left the house again. She stopped eating, stopped bathing, sat in the kitchen all day, whispering to the crack in the pot, promising to cook again, to serve, to fix it. No one visits anymore. The neighbors say she walks around the compound barefoot at night, muttering recipes in tongues. Kwame is thriving, happy, strong, dating again. And the last thing Nana said before she stopped talking completely was,
I just wanted a man, not a god, not a ghost, not whatever I became.